Hello YouTube, it's Leo here once again with another video. Now today's idea is about PC building. Now for a while now I've been aching to just put another build together. It's been years since I put a computer system together, so right off the top of my head I thought, how should I go about this? Should I go on Amazon and buy all these parts? Should I go to Micro Center and buy all these parts? And then it hit me, it's been a long time, you're rusty, you haven't really gone down to building computers lately. So I decided to first start off by getting the basics, maybe buy a case, a power supply, up to date with today's standards or whatever, and maybe work with what I already have laying around the office. I have some older computers, I have some PC parts, Wi-Fi cards, all this kind of shit just laying around that I can possibly use for my build. Now, first things first, I had to start from scratch. Now, one of the things you need to worry about is the case. And when I was thinking about picking up a case, I thought, man, am I going to get a case just for myself so I could use it for a certain purpose, or should I get something that would help me in the future? So I decided to get a case that can kind of work as a test bench as well. Obviously, I went online, I went on Amazon, everywhere, but then I found a case that I kind of like, close to me on Micro Center, so I went and bought that one, and the result is this. I got the Core V2 from Thermaltake because I looked at videos and it looks pretty cool. It's very open. It's got a lot of doors, a lot of bays, a lot of stuff to play with. So we went with this bad boy. And also, I chose this power supply. The power supply is a Corsair. Since Corsair is a well-known brand, it is 650 watts, which is good. But what I like about it is that even though it's a cheap one, because we try to do things on the budget in here, we have something that's semi-modular, which means you can unplug and unplug some of the power cables as you may need them. That's cool. Alright, so next step is, as we all know, once you buy something, the first thing you want to do is play with it. So I've already opened these bad boys, and I went ahead and installed the power supply because that's the one thing that we know is going to have to be in there no matter what, and it's going to help me now for this, not only for this build, but future builds as well. So I want to give you a look on how that came about, because I already have the components right here. Oh, here we go. This is the case, and as you can see, it's pretty beefy. It's a pretty big case. It's nice and square. What I do like is how many components, how much things you can do with it. Right off the bat, it's got all these doors, one on each side, front, top. It's got one, not the front. It's got one on each side. It's got one on the top as well. And from what I played with so far, they're interchangeable with each other, because I can put the part right here, the side with the window on top, was I placed it before and it fit right in. So I'm sure there's something you can do with it. Not to mention that this case is meant to not only to be sat like this, but you can sit it sideways. And with this being completely exchangeable with magnetic wise like this to any rotation you want, you can place this any way you like as well. So this case is going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to let you have a quick look in it real quick so you can get an idea. We replace this right here. You can see me this way now. I already put the power supply in it, which has, attached to it the most basic ones, like this one for the motherboard. This is not one of the ones that come apart with the modular system that it has in it. And this one also is, I believe this for the motherboard and the CPU, so these things are always in here no matter what. These other connections are for the fans and the power buttons on the case themselves. And pretty cool, it's like that. The one thing is that this case particularly only fits micro ATX motherboards. Well, MATX, MITX, it fits two kinds. The micro motherboards and the MITX motherboards, which is alright because as complicated as it sounds, motherboard sizes don't really range that much. So in a case like this, you can also go the custom way and do whatever you want. You want to put some screws where they don't belong, I'm pretty sure you're welcome to do so. Alright, so this is it for now, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find some components. Alright, so here we are. I think these are all the best parts I can collect right now from the office and everywhere else to at least get this build started up. So I just want to show you what I'm going to use. I found this nice SSD Plus from SanDisk that I will be using as my boot drive. And for storage, I found this handy Seagate 4TB Barracuda that I purchased not too long ago for something else. Now we have a power cable. This is the motherboard that I took from my small form factor build that I had laying around. It's I believe an MITX board. It's pretty small, but I do believe that this bad boy fits right here. Now it already has the GPU inside. I mean, the CPU inside of it. I mean, yeah, inside installed, which is I believe it's an A10 processor, and I think it's the top of the line one. It's like the A8600 something. I'll look into it as soon as I boot the system up. Now I have a couple sticks of RAM, which I'm going to use. They look pretty cool because they have the heatsink on them, so how to use those. I believe it's 8 gigs to pair. Now I also found these little fans on my old build, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to use them. Maybe I'll just put them in there for fun. Of course, I have a ton of cables for the power supply we talked about that we're going to use in there. We have some extra stuff that came with the case itself. A ton of screws that we're going to use, possibly a lot. And for cable management, we have those little zip ties. I have some more laying around somewhere as well. Alright, so that's it for now. Alright, it's another day. I'm finally done putting everything together. It was actually pretty simple. It's a simple migration. It was pretty much my all setup going to this new box. And as a test run, it went fine. I'm not as rusty as I thought I was. It only took me about an hour to do it, which is a long time, so don't make fun. Now, as you can see in my other view of the camera, I have the specs. Oh no, I just hit the camera. I have the specs for the motherboard and the CPU. We have an AMD A10 chip, the 6800K, which is not great, but it is 4 cores, I believe. If we go here to the cache, the main board, so you can see the main board, the Gigabyte Technologies, is the Wi-Fi version of this FFA288XN-Wi-Fi. It's an okay board. It's not great, obviously, because it's kind of old. It's from 2013, I believe. But the next thing I'm going to do with this bad boy is see how if I can install some games on it and do a little bit of gaming. But as of right now, I just wanted to let you know that it's running and everything went alright. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time.